So people thought after signing Courtney Vandersloot, trading for Beck Allen, and bringing in Kia Nurse, all these players, that the Chicago Sky were pretty okay. And they were okay, that they were kind of no longer shopping that third pick. It seems they still are. It seems like Jeff Pagliocca is still shopping that third pick and trying to get rid of it. And if you guys think that's crazy, subscribe. We're trying to hit 43 point... Wow, we hit 43.2, 43.25k subscribers by the end of the day. If we could do that, that would be absolutely insane. But anyway, let's talk about it. So, according to the Chicago Sun-Times, talking about free agency winners and losers, obviously talking about the Sky, who were definitely a winner of free agency. Like, they were a winner. They got Sloot, they got Kia Nurse, and they managed to trade for Beck Allen. And obviously it says here, the Sky are planning a whole new game, Marsh to Helm. A respected player development coach, he was in on all of Pagliocca's meetings with free agents. The strategy stood out to them. I heard that he's really good tactically, Nurse said, really good at putting people in positions where they can be successful and using that to create a great system for all the people on the team. Generally enjoyed talking with him. Ultimately, when you go into these free agency meetings, you're going to talk to these coaches and they're going to tell you their roles. Now to move into coaching staff for free agency, you have a lot of conversations about hoops because these coaches were new to us. Talking shop with Marcia Pagliocca's honesty were ultimately what led to Nurse, who spoke to 5 other teams signing with the Sky. They made another deal Friday, trading Dana Evans for 2 second-round picks, plus the Sky's roster at 9 with 400,000 available cap space. Fill out the roster, Pagliocca could look to move the Sky's number 3 pick for an all-star two-way wing, a move that could likely take place closer to the WNBA draft. Look, there has to be some truth to this. This would not be mentioned. And again, like they have a max contract to give out. They can literally give out a max. And not only that, they could give out a max and keep their draft picks. And not only that, they have 310 and they traded for 2 second-round picks this year. Why would you trade for 2 second-round picks this year without the plan on even using them? And maybe they don't trade 3. Maybe they trade 10 and both second-round picks for somebody. Like, that's a possibility. Like, they could trade 10 and both second-round picks. They could trade their pick swap next year, which is the worst of the Connecticut Sun and the Phoenix Mercury. They have that pick swap, so they might trade that swap. So there's a possibility. Obviously, the talk is surrounding number 3, but there is a possibility that they do make a trade without 3 because they do have a lot more draft capital while keeping 3. But in my opinion, if you're the Chicago Sky, if Olivia Miles is not there at 3, if Flau'jae does not declare for the draft, and I think that's what they're probably waiting on, is that if Flau'jae declares, Olivia Miles is probably going to be there at 3. Or if Tania Latson declares, Olivia Miles is probably going to be there at 3. So if Olivia Miles is there at 3, or if Tania Latson is there at 3, if you are the Chicago Sky, you're like, okay, we're happy with the 3rd pick. But if it's Sonia Citron, I'm sorry, like, people are like, oh, the 3rd pick is untouchable. Sonia Citron is not untouchable. Like, she is just not untouchable. She's not as good as Michaela Onyenwere. She's just not. She's not as good as Michaela Onyenwere. And she's not going to come off the bench. The number 3 pick for Sonia Citron is not untouchable. Unless you are getting Paige or Olivia Miles, you can trade to 10 and potentially get someone better. I mean that. There is a possibility that Pow Pow is a better fit. And she could be available at 10. Neepkins is a better shooter than all of them. And she's available at 10. Like, it just depends on what they want. Like, unless you are so dead set on getting Sonia Citron from Notre Dame, trade out of 3. Especially if you can get an all-star for 3. This is a draft where the gap between 3 and 20 is barely anything. So the reason why they're probably waiting is, again, because if you're going to be getting one of Olivia Miles, Flau'jae, Tania Latson, Paige Beckers, if Flau'jae or Tania Latson declare for the draft, then you're in really good shape. You're in really, really good shape. With that 3rd pick. Getting one of them. And if you have a chance of getting one of them, I would not trade the pick. But if it's Sonia Citron, trade the damn pick. I'm sorry. There is no scenario where Sonia Citron at any stage in her career is better than, I don't know, Ariel Atkins. She's not going to be. And Ariel Atkins at least helps make you good this year. And people are like, oh, but like the Sky are in rebuild mode. They don't want to be good. They don't even own their own pick. They don't even own the rights to their own pick. The worst Sky are. Like, if the Sky suck, they're just giving the Lynx a pick. The Lynx have their freaking pick swap. I wonder how the upcoming draft feels about the hot potato leagues going on. Was last year's draft class unusually strong? Yeah. Like, 2013 is probably better than last year's. But like, and 2019 is probably better, but that's it that I can think of off the top of my head. Last year's draft class still underrated for how good they were. Brink and Angel never got injured. They would have led the league in 3 major categories. I mean, Angel did lead it in rebounds per game. Wasn't even the best draft class in the last 5 years. Sorry, wasn't even one of the best in the last 10 years, according to Gino. And ironically, in the last 5 years, 2020 maybe. 2020 was really a 2.5 person draft, though. 2021, 2022, terrible. 2023, terrible. 2021, 2, and 3 were all terrible draft classes. But a lot of top draft players, none of your college eligibility due to COVID. None of them have COVID years anymore. The only people that have COVID years have used their COVID years. This is the final year of the COVID years. You had to have been in college in either 1920 or 2021. So none of, like, a lot of them, like, no, like, people are like Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts is a junior. They have an extra year because she's a junior. Like, his scenario might be if someone wants to move up to get Malonga, maybe. Anyone with an all-star wing player like Alicia Gray is holding on to them. Ariel Atkins is an all-star wing. I think that's more likely who they're going to go for. They could do something like this. If the Washington Mystics are dead set on, someone said probably a Mystics player, that could be a thing. If the Washington Mystics are dead set on getting Malonga, you can dangle that over them and be like, okay. Give us Atkins and 6. Give us Atkins and 6 from Malonga. And you can guarantee yourself getting Malonga. And you can also, if you want for short term, if you want Kiki Iriafen, you can go get yourself Kiki Iriafen. If you want Kiki Iriafen, Malonga, if one of them works out, cool. You can go and draft both of them. There's no chance of you being a 4 and 6 for Golden State, doing what they want to do. You can make whatever picks you want at 3 and 4, but you always Ariel Atkins, and we'll go down to 6. And Sonia Citron's going to be there at 6. Like, don't get it, just draft Citron. Sky knows she's overrated. Let some other team reach for her. Out of all free agents to trade for rings, none of them are going to take Sky over the hump. Why is anyone talking about Ariel Powers? She's unsigned for a reason. She might not be in the league next year. Don't know about a list of wings. Did a video ranking on them. Jackie Young, Kat Copper, Ryan Howard, Bridget Carlton, Dewana Bonner, Benijah Laney Hamilton. Don't see any of these happening. You're not trading 3 for Benijah Laney. Player/pick to Connecticut, Tash to New York, Benijah to Chicago. Maybe that doesn't make New York better. It does. Yeah, it does. Tash is better than Benijah Laney. Not by much though. The only player worth the 3rd pick is Rakia, and highly doubt that she's draft. Like, what? Like, people are pretending Sonia Citron. This guy could trade that pick for JC Sheldon and be getting a better player than Citron, better personnel fit than Citron while landing a lucky contract. I'm not joking when I say that. Yeah, they might be right. Like, Sonia Citron, Salute's a great player, but like Sonia Citron, it might, like, as good as she is, she might go down as the most overrated draft prospect in the history of any draft I've ever seen. Like, I understand she goes to 3 by fit, but like, she's like 9 in last year. She maybe over Peely. She's 8 in last year's draft. But anyway, I'll see you guys.